ensuring that, yet again, this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive matchup, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down the serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
So we're up and running. Lewandowski. Now it's Gundogan. And this ended up in no man's land. Now it's Mbappe. He might be in here! So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, Peter, this guy, Donnarumma, really is a generational talent, Peter. I suppose you have to be good if you're a goalkeeper and your name's Gianluigi. He really has inherited the mantle from his namesake. There might be room for improvement with his kicking.
Chance! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
Well, there's the clearance. Gundogan. João Cancelo. Now Christensen. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Great chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Mbappe. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. And it has been just one side doing all of the early probing.
Yeah, it's a good start, Peter, and they look hungry for goals, and they'll be aware of having to capitalise in such a good spell.
Mbappe. Played back to the goalkeeper. Keeper's got good distance on that. Now it's Lewandowski. And here's Lewandowski. Can he put it away? And that is doing no harm at all.
Do I really need to tell you, Peter, that he has to do better, especially from there?
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Vermeer! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
And he's gone looking for safety. Zaire Emery. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Lewandowski. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Barcelona have definitely started much the stronger. They're far more creative.
And here's Lewandowski. And he's gone backward here. Nice sequence of passes, this. Zaire Emery. Hakimi. And it's Dembele.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Decent hit! Now, who's going to be first to this? Zaire Emery. Mbappe. Oh, that's fabulous.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Fermin. For João Cancelo. And here's Lewandowski. Pedri. Pedri! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, he makes finishing look like a matter of fact. Why take extra touches?
Barcelona take the lead.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
And Hakimi. Donnarumma gets it away. And he's managed to gift it back. Zaire Emery. Fabian Ruiz. Clips it so gently. That has been cut short. And the first half is done. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow. How would you review the first half?
Barcelona deserve to be ahead and probably should be in front by more considering the amount of chances they've managed. Everything points to more of the same second half and a good solid win.
Barcelona go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. And the game has already resumed here.
Oh, 1-0.
It's Lewandowski! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's what all good teams do these days. Pressing from the front is highly effective.
Donnarumma with the clearance. Engages and forces him off the ball. Big chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, no, that was a chance. What a chance.
Clears it out of harm's way. Zaire Emery. Spread it left. Barcola. Koundé producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Koundé. And here's Lewandowski. It's a really well-measured ball. Played back in. Being still separated by the game's only goal. Zaire Emery. And it's good. He's had a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Gundogan reacted so well to bring that ball under control. Looked easy too.
Your impressions so far, Jim?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive attempt to go further in front.
Oh, Red, nice interception. Fabian Ruiz. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Fermi being hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, the quicker you cut out the service, the sooner you isolate his threat.
Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Mbappe. Pedri does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Pedri. Vitinha. And it's Marquinhos. Marquinhos. And Mendes. Fabian Ruiz. Barcola. Looking for the run. Spread neatly. Paris Saint-Germain can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Christensen. Well, good evening wherever you are on this most pleasant evening. As you can see, there's been a terrific atmosphere here. There is great expectation, excitement, and it has built nicely in these idyllic conditions. Conditions which are certainly playing their part in creating a glorious ambience. It's quite a struggle to get in here, points of access hard to come by, and an awful lot of people gathering to get through the gates, but regardless of that, there's a great feel here and much excitement for the game ahead. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. And as you can see, we've already started here. Now it's Dembele. Dembele. Griezmann shapes to shoot! Just off target.
Griezmann could easily have kept that down. He shouldn't have brought the crossbar into play.
It's out of play, and it is a goal kick. Now it's Thuram. And it's Rabiot. France finding their passes. Mbappe. Thuram. It's Dembele! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Koundé. France are applying all the early pressure.
Well, they've made all the inroads and their confidence is taking on a growth spurt.
That's a good ball out wide. Shot could be... and the shot! It's off target and by quite a way. Clears it out of harm's way. Mbappe! He's had a shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
And he's managed to get free. Mbappe has a goal! So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority.
He's had a hit! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's intervened well there.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Now it's Mbappe, spread out to the left. He's got full. He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. There they go, hunting again.
Hernandez. Now Saliba. Nicely spread. And it's Dembele. And he's lifted it over.
Unsurprisingly, he's been quick to apologise. If you lean backwards, the results are normally high and wide.
Mbappe. Dembele. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Thuram. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Shot a goal! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Neither side giving way. It has been tight. Thuram. Now it's Mbappe. Back into the middle. France looking to pass their way through. Great chance! And we have our very first corner. Definitely not one of his best. Hernandez, Mbappe. Oh, strongly challenged there. That is lovely. He has found the way through. Climbs up big. In for the follow-up. And that'll be the final action of the first half. But it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
France are proving to be a very frustrating watch. There's a complete lack of cutting edge, and with the amount of attempts they've managed, they should be comfortably ahead. They really should.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0.
Et merci d'accueillir nos joueurs sur le terrain.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
France clearly have been the better side for me. Yeah, I know the score doesn't quite reflect it, but if they go about their game in the same manner as the opening 45 minutes, things really should improve.
Conte. And it's Griezmann. Mbappe. Distributed tidily. That has been knocked clear.
France making a fresh attempt to release someone in behind from back to front, and this is something different.
Well, nicely intercepted. Mbappe. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
That's just front foot enforcement. Pressure leads to mistake, leads to chance.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Mbappe! Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Gets a good foot in there. That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, good spread. And he skips past. There's the hit! And he hits the net!
Well, there's always a chance of being caught like that when you surrender the football.
Iceland break the deadlock.
Well, listen, a few words of advice and encouragement from the manager during the break can often straighten things out, and it's paid off here.
That's surely a foul, free kick. And he has been fouled there. It's a really well-measured ball. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort. They're giving as good as they get when it comes to chances.
They've got to be quick to recover this. And he's quick to snatch it back. He's a sharp little ball here. And it's played in here. And he's being shifted off it. And it's Dembele. And here's Griezmann.
France are definitely going about this the right way.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Spot on, Peter.
Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, he's one of these players, Peter, who plays the percentage game. If you keep playing him in, something's bound to happen. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Played back in.
France really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Now it's Thuram. Thuram is flagged offside. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Foot in. Thuram. Now it's Mbappe. Played out to the right. Mbappe! So close to drawing level.
Mbappe absolutely knew he could ill afford to miss that.
Changement en cours.
Iceland making consecutive changes here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
And he's had it nicked away. Mbappe, out to the right. Griezmann, tries a shot! Goal! France are back on level terms.
France clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
Iceland making another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
That has certainly made things interesting.
France surely know by now that they've put so much work into producing the equaliser that they'll battle on for a winner. You know, it's all one-way traffic for them now, and they simply have to capitalise on it.
Mbappe, the ball has bounced loose now. And they're back on the ball again. Good spot, he's seen the run. He's found a way through. Massive leap! Another chance! Oh, that's incredible! And that may just do it! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Peter, that was just a defensive act of generosity that was always going to have a painful ending.
Iceland take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal. Well, a very good evening to you wherever you are. I do hope that you can join me in appreciating this truly beautiful evening, a night that is absolutely ideal for a game of football. The scenes here really are something, a beautiful picture under the floodlights. Traffic and transport round here, not the kindest, but regardless of that, the fans have found a way of getting here. There is a sense of theatre and the decibel levels are rising. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. The action has already started. Pukki.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
It's a pretty loose pass. Mbappe, distributed tidily. Ah, that's a fine interception. Oh, look at the space here. There's the shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
That's just front foot enforcement. Pressure leads to mistake, leads to chance.
Camera. Pojan Palo, and he's running through. Out to the left it goes. Terrific header. Couple of decent early chances. It bodes well for an exciting game. Mbappe. Quarter of an hour played. Neither side yet able to find the net. Opts for safety. And he can clear it away. That has been cut short. Mbappe. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Griezmann. Griezmann! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
And it's Dembele. Upamecano. No, that's been intercepted. Now he's off and running. Mbappe! That has been slung wide. He's got tall. He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Well, being able to generate that amount of activity in the box means it's hard not to pick someone out.
It's gone for a throw-in.
Look, it's a run defences dislike, but
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Mignon catches it safely. That could spell trouble. He's got away. Great defending, strong and determined. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Radetzky with the clearance. Koundé. And he was quick to react. It's an inviting looking ball, that. That's headed upfield. Now it's Thuram. Mbappe. And Koundé. Still waiting interception. Palo. Stood up well to him there. Thuram. Hernandez.
Temps additionnel, 1 minute.
Mbappe. And the half-time whistle goes. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And the second half gets underway.
France can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
Griezmann. Ball played for Conte. Out to the right. And it's Conte. And here's Dembele. And here's Griezmann. And he was alert to it. Palo. Thuram. Pinches it off him. He's had it taken off him. And now they can clear their lines. Now it's Palo. Lod. Now it's Palo. Aim forwards. Nicely spread. And the counter is on. Well timed, excellent interception. That's a good ball out wide. Back into the middle.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Throw in. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Gets a good foot in there.
Le nombre de
Well into the
spectateurs
second
pour
half,
ce match,
and still there's nothing
71
between them.
550.
Thuram. Hernandez. Mbappe. Oh, it's Dembele. And that is expertly dealt with. Lod. Now Kamara. Koundé. Mbappe. And that is certainly not what he had in mind. It's a really well-measured ball. Lod. Oh, they can break here. Can he latch on to this? Koundé does really well to win the ball there. Played out to the right. Griezmann. Mbappe. He's gone for goal!
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Now it's Mbappe. Now the finish! And that is wildly off target.
Changement en cours.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Koundé. And it's Griezmann. Played out towards the right wing.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Finland have it back and they can go again. Threads one in. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. It's over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. And the shot! It's in! Finally the breakthrough! Terrible error, duly punished. Finland take the lead.
Oh, it was a long time coming, but I think it's fully merited. They've applied themselves extremely well.
Well, it looked promising, but the final ball is just not quite right. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
He's looking wide.
France need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
Foot in. Moments left, barely that, to avoid a shock defeat now. Mbappé.
1 minute.
Pookie. And that will be the final act. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
France seem to have taken this on with a complacent mentality to just turn up and win, and they deserve the criticism they're going to get.
So many thanks to Jim Beglin. That's all we have time for. Good evening to you.
À l'intention de nos spectateurs, la consommation de boissons n'est autorisée que dans les zones indiquées. Merci.